Our company is located on a 2,000 square meter.
Kompozit malzeme nedir? Kompozit malzeme sunmuş olduğu
So what's a composite material? Due to its advantage, it is a material to penetrate into various fields, and to increase its effectiveness, we conduct R&D studies. Our purpose is to adopt the ethical rules, be human-oriented, highly knowledgeable, and dynamic, and also catch up with the high standards. And of our targets, we have a lot to break down as delivering high-quality services, leading the industry, providing the products to our clients at the right time and right place and in a timely manner. Our main targets are to be a leading company in new technologies, innovation, composite facade panel product. In the recent 10 years, the growth volume of the construction industry has been requiring us to provide further quality without ignoring the architectural design, both aesthetic, sturdy, and long-lasting products are needed. The facades increases the value and the prestige of the buildings, adding their architectural design into it as well. To answer the needs of the architectural design, composite facade panel systems opens up new horizons to the ever-coming demands. The hospitals, hotels, school buildings, and residential buildings are the areas that the composite facade panels used. Other than those, there are many other areas that we would like to revise, all the indoor and the outdoor areas. Moisture, mold, or swellings on the walls, or the cracks on the walls of the building, or the spots where the buildings or the walls lose their resistance, are the spots or the areas that we can apply the product. And the other thing is related with the cost, and energy is the first of it. And here you can see a building, and the facade is the area where the 40% of the heat or the temperature in the building is lost, and that's why it's igniting us more to use such products. And also we see fire products here. The geometry in the buildings is another factor for us in that. And also we have a 70% of energy saving thanks to composite panels. And the existing facades remain wet for a long time. The water ducts are not functioning effectively, and this results in fungus and moss. And where the water ducts are not effectively working, and if the building is not fire resistant, then extra additional costs will arise, and the building walls will swell up. And here the energy and time are the variables, the inputs for such composite facade panels, but here we rather concentrate on the labor force, and we use fibers as the main raw material. Fibers have certain advantages, such as being eco-friendly, and they do come with various colors and designs compatible for new designs, architectural designs. And it is very much hygienic and antibacterial, and this is the reason why it is much more used at the hospitals. If I'm to break down the advantages, I have to say that the facades do cover the buildings as shells and protect them from the external impacts. And the composite panels are light in weight, and also they do have further protective capabilities, and also provides cost effectiveness. The composite materials are coming in different colors, and during a fire, or if there is a swelling, no negative effect is seen on the facade. It's resistant against corrosion and X-rays and external factors from precipitation, kinetic energy, and from moisture, and it is relatively cheaper because we are talking about a long-term effectiveness. It's easily accessible. The cleaning and the maintenance is very easy, and this is of its advantages. It's homogeneous due to its asbestos-oriented structure. It's long-lasting and resistant against impacts, easy to process. It doesn't conduct electricity. This is important. It doesn't conduct the electricity, and it means that these facades can be used in other areas, including the defense industry, and also all the other areas that require that specific feature. It weakens the sound and magnetic waves almost by half, and they can be used very easily in many areas. The raw materials are glass fiber and resin, and polyester resin this is. Of course, they can come in variants. And in that table, we see that the composite materials have many other advantages compared to other molding materials. They are more resistant to light because the other materials can lead to galvanic corrosion, and it's light in weight, and this is almost by 70%. And of course, it helps us with the costs and the shipping, and also during the activities of molding itself. And it's non-conductive. Well, the conductivity is very low, so we can say that it's non-conductive. There is only a little bit of thermal conductivity, but compared to other materials of molding, it's much better. And the strength, the tensile strength, is almost 4 times better compared to the others. And the surface characteristics are much better. The other materials are silver colored, and they may require repainting, redying. But if you can add extra pigments during the manufacturing of these composite materials, so you won't have deformation on the surface. In the other materials, you can see impacts and deformation much more, while in this we don't see a lot. And as this does not interfere with sound waves or magnetic waves, it's much more effective. The composites can be processed with simple tools like saws or diamond tips, and you can form them easily. But when it comes to the other molding materials, you need to use heavier tools and mechanical uh, tools like welding process and whatsoever. And this all, of course, lead to cost effectiveness. And when you think of the long term, it is, of course, much effective. The unit cost may not seem so, but as this is a long-lasting product, it means that the cost of the product itself in the long term is much more effective. And when it comes to the technical aspects of that, we can say that it's on average 5 kilograms of weight and also 4 to 5 millimeters of width or thickness. So easy and portable to carry. And it's fire resistant, and it can be used in the sunny areas and under very high temperatures, and it's resistant against the UV lights, and the colors do not fade. And this is related with the process of manufacturing as pigments are added into the product itself. It's not done on the surface, and the mounting is very easy. They can be cut apart with the saws, and you can clean and wash them, and this is an advantage in terms of easy cleansing. The water steam to condensate in the buildings and lead to damage in the buildings, and the isolations are inside in the interior of the facade. And how do we get rid of the water related with condensation? A steam duct is opened, or we directly discharge them, but this is not a very effective method because this can lead to the walls to swell up, or it can lead to mold. Plaster or other materials are applied, but in the composite, none of them do exist. It is directly applied to the wall without any need for an additional material of plastering, and the condensation inside is minimum because the temperature is kept within the walls, and the negative impacts are tackled thanks to the composite material, both in terms of costs and also long-lastingness. It can be applied to any surface, and I can mount this directly on a non-plastered surface, and this also cuts the costs of labor without any additional support or suspension. The pieces may be put in order, or you can directly stick it onto the wall. It doesn't require any additional process. You can cut them in the sizes you wish and stick as you wish. And the panels are screwed in, and they can be cut very easily. And this is a finished panel in its molding. In the curvy areas, we use a special material. This is also composite. It's produced out of the same material, and you can cut them as well in the sizes you wish. And when the mounting is complete, you can mount it in the curvy areas. And as I said before, it's coming with different colors. But if we would like to change its color or come up with a different pattern, we can spray on it. And different patterns are used, the flat ones or the ones relieved can be applied. And this is another advantage of its flexibility. Once finished, this is what we have. It looks flat, and the pieces are mounted and demounted, and they can come in colors. As you can see, the material is the same. It's a composite material, and the building remains as good as you would like it. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, or if not, this is what I had to say. Thank you.